Hey y'all.
It's Shirley.
It's Christy.
She's like, I forgot who I was.
What?
Hey, welcome to Geekettes Chat review of BlacKKlansMan, directed by Spike Lee. I don't know what I was saying right there. So yes, we are basically BlacKKlansMan is a movie, film, like I said, directed by Spike Lee. It's based on a book, a memoir, which was a true story by Ron Stallworth, who was a 1970s police detective, the first African American, Colorado Springs Police Department. And so he basically wanted to infiltrate the KKK, the Klansmen. So he was talking to them through the phone, and he had to use his partner, his colleague, to be the face of him, Ron Stallworth, in person, to become a member of the Klansmen while he talked to them on the phone to take them down, to investigate them, to basically stop their hate crimes and their terrorism against the black community and, you know, and anyone else who, you know, was not white in a sense, you know. So yes, of course it was directed by Spike Lee, and Ron Stallworth is played by John David Washington, who is Denzel Washington's son.
Whoa. Hello.
He looks like his mom. He sounds like his dad. I saw a picture of his mom. I was like, and his colleague who plays him as a person in the Klans members, is Flip Zimmerman, who
is Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren in Star Wars.
Adam Driver.
Adam Driver, exactly. And then you have the relationship in the film. You have the relationship between Laura Harrier. Wait, Patricia is her name, but the actress is Laura Harrier. I was using the actress name, and she is Black Panther college. She's the college
Black Student Union president.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
That chapter. So yeah, so there's that relationship and the fact that he's a cop, and you know,
and the only
basically the relationship between cops and the black community that's still on today is that they're, you know, killing them, really.
Right.
And so that's another topic that comes up, and yeah, it's just basically how to take down this extremist group, you know, and yeah, it's a tough film to talk about, to be honest.
It's a tough film. Let's talk about the characters. Let's go into lighter stuff.
Okay.
Like, let's just talk about the characters. Washington's role, like...
Yes, he played Ron Stallworth, like I said before.
He's the seed of Denzel Washington. So what do you expect? I'm just kidding. His acting is so...
Oh, he's damn good.
Like,
he is really good. I've never seen him in anything. So I was just like, I just found out that, of course, in interviews and stuff, that he was Denzel Washington. So I was like, oh, okay. No, he was really good here. And you just feel the emotion of the fact that he's a cop, but he's also a black man. And he's a black man first and then a cop. And so he's trying to... This film is about figuring out identity with these people. I think that's the big thing here, or the big thing I took away from it, was that, like, how he coincides with that life of a cop and also as a black man, you know, saying, like, you know, because cops and the black community have such a, you know, their relationship is so tenuous because of what the black cop, what cops do to the black community. They kill them basically for no reason, basically. You know, they're killing them and stuff. So he wants to be a cop because he wants to try to change the system inside. You know, he feels that, he believes that, but you know, his relationship with Patricia, who's a Black Panther Party member, and she's a strong black woman, and she's like, look, man, they're all pigs. You're like, what are you doing? You know, and it's just like, you feel like, yeah, she's right in the, you know, and also you're just like, man, but what if he can help change? it's a very complicated issue in the sense.
Yeah, but I think Spike Lee does it very well when he brings up the fact that, yeah, there's bad cops and there's good cops in the film, and you see that, and I think that he's kind of like, that's part of his message, that it's not just the flat, oh, all these cops are pigs, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's part of his message. But like for me, it's like, it's so stark, the whole police brutality, and of course the white supremacy
True.
that he brings into this, white supremacy that he brings into this.
Yes. He also brings up the fact that they do not rat each other out, that they see themselves as family members, and all that, and it's crazy because it's true. They won't rat each other out. You know, they're just like, we're in this together, even though they know that cop is a racist and he's killing
or he's
innocent
raping,
people, or touching women inappropriate, like, because it's just like,
that's the reality of the force. Has been for so many decades, and that, you know. And I feel like in that essence that it's corrupt, because if a cop has more power than the people, then what does that say about the institution? That they can get away with anything, they're above the law. And I think that's a really good message that he made known in the film. But anyways.
No, that's true. Also, another thing that was interesting was, you know, you have his colleague who's Flip Zimmerman, who's like in the investigation as Ron Stallworth, going to these Klan members, becoming a Klan member, and he's Jewish, and they hate Jewish people too, you know. So, and there's also him trying to find his identity and realizing that he's been pushing down, he's been trying to be this white boy, but he's a Jewish man, you know, and there's that, him facing that, being a member of that organization for the investigation. He's facing the identity crisis too, of like, oh, I've been pushing this away because it's been so easy because of my privilege of looking like a white man. So, and now it's like I'm faced with like, oh no, you know, like all these questions of as a Jewish man, and the hate that group gets as well, you know. So that was very interesting, bringing in that film too. And yeah, Adam Driver was great as well.
Heck yeah.
He was great. I think they both deserve Oscar nominations.
Yeah, they had great chemistry together.
Oh, they had so much great chemistry. I hope they do more movies together.
I know, that would be so dope.
Him and John and Adam. Yeah, John should get a nomination for best actor. Yeah, Adam should get a nomination for best supporting actor. I think that.
And this should be nominated for best film, but we can go that far.
No, it should be also. And
Spike Lee should get a nomination for best
director. Yes, and the dialogue, it should get nominated for best screenplay. Yeah, there you go. Yes, the dialogue was so fascinating, especially and how it was shot too. There's a Harry Belafonte, the activist and actor and singer. He's a legend, basically. There's a scene with him. He's bringing up the story that I've never heard about until this film, and about Jesse Washington. He was a 17-year-old African-American boy who worked on this farm, and basically this white woman was murdered who was I think she was the wife of the owner of the farm. And they of course accused him of murdering her because he worked in, of course he's a black young man, so he was trialed and they charged as guilty. And basically this happened in Waco, Texas, like in 1916, like May 20 something, May 15th. And so yeah, they were taking him to, I guess, the jail cell or something. They were taking him, but the mob got to him, and the mob took him, dragged him in the street, and basically like tortured and mutilated him and just was burning him alive it's like horrendous. You hear that Harry Belafonte tell that whole story. They even have the pictures, because you can actually look up the story, because it's important to know this history of that young man and what happened to him. You actually can see the pictures of his burnt, mutilated body, and the crowd of all these white people and all these white kids just cheering this on. It's horrendous, horrifying, but not surprising at all. And that's the that's the shitty part of it.
Yeah, I think the scene was done really well.
That scene was done amazing. The dialogue, and also that it was like contrast
there was
with
a contrast with the KKK.
Yeah, with the KKK scene of like Flip getting, becoming a member officially with the robe shit, and them watching that racist ass movie, Birth of a Nation, while they're all cheering and all that stuff, and you hearing the story that Harry Belafonte is telling, it's just that contraction was just amazing to see. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but the media, he uses old film in the beginning with Gone with the Wind, then Birth of a Nation. And he uses these images because in the media you have all these stereotypes, all these, especially in the Birth of Nations, like this horrendous view of what black people are. And for Gone with the Wind, it was this idea of, fighting in the war and the Confederate flag, where you see it all torn up. And because at first I'm like, why is he starting with a Gone with the Wind scene? And then you see the Confederate flag, so then it's just clear, right? And it's not only that, but if you see in the movie, you notice that there are stereotypes within the movie with black people, especially playing just the maid and the butler. So this idea that he uses media to show how these perceptions, these warped perceptions of black people are shown throughout the country. And this is what people see and identify with. And so that's what they're going to walk away with. This is who these people are. So the Birth of Nations movie, I've never seen that movie. I will never see that movie. But those images within the film were like,
oh my God,
I can't even explain.
I think also he really showed, Spike Lee, in this film what white women had to play in the white supremacy group, basically in the Klansman. And I think that's why he showed the beginning too, in a sense, because she's a white woman, the lead actress, so it's just like they had a big ass role to play, the white woman in this thing, and he was showing that. There's one white woman, the character, I forgot her name.
It's true, because throughout history, it's white women who are accusing black men of these crimes.
Yeah, well, yeah. Just look at Emmett Till's story.
Emmett Till's stories.
So, yeah, so he's showing that, they have a big role to play in this as well. They're not off the hook at all, because you see one white woman, the wife of one of the Klansmen, who's just happy to just like, yes, let's kill the African American people and all that stuff. They're freaking happy talking about. It's insane how there's one scene where they're both, the husband and wife, are just talking about killing, African American people like with glee. It's just effing evil. It's just like, whoa,
And it's this portrayal within the movie that it's almost ridiculous. And you just want to freaking laugh at it, if not
that's
get
the crazy thing about this movie. This movie is effing funny.
The way he uses comedy in the film.
The way he uses comedy.
Like
oh my God. Yes. The funny thing is, this is a serious subject, but the movie is effing funny. It is so funny. Yeah. That's what's crazy about it. Because you're just laughing, but at the same time, because of the ridiculous of like,
the way they're talking about African Americans, black people. It's like, is this really happening right now? And the things
that some people just are saying, it's just like, holy, oh my God. And then, there's this one scene with Flip, who's like, he's the Jewish man too, and he's pretending to, be one of them, like a hate crime person. And he's saying all, you know, because they believe that the Holocaust is not fucking real or something like that. And so he has to say all this, he's saying these horrible things about the Holocaust not being real, like being real, but being beautiful. And because, you know, all the death of the Jewish people and all, it was haunting, especially coming from a Jewish man's mouth. And I can't, in his sense of like how he's like saying it and imagining like, whoa, like I'm saying this about my people and stuff.
And you can see it in later scenes how it was affecting him.
Yeah, it was affecting him.
Having to be in this lie and say all these things about pretty much his people, his history.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And I don't know. Aside from that, like David Duke's character, who was played by what's his name?
God. Topher Grayson. Topher Grace. Topher Grace. I think it's Topher Grace. Yeah, Topher Grace.
I think that
he was good.
I feel like his character was almost a parody, almost in a way of the actual.
It was a parody, but also in the sense of Spike Lee was trying to show that, oh shit, this is a guy who became a politician. He's real. He's here. On top of that, it's just like he was also showing that a lot of these people, these hateful people, are just normal ass people in everyday life too. You know, they're everywhere. You know, they're in the White House right now,
and that's
as the president.
That little scene that so reflects what's happening now. This when they're talking about David Duke and how Ron Stallworth is like, oh no, they would never elect him into politics, or they'd never elect him to be a president. Hello, we got someone, Trump, who is and equally as hateful.
The guy was telling him to wake up. You know, like
wake up. Speaking of wake up, like this is a line that Spike Lee has used in his other films, in School Days, I think it's called, and oh my gosh, gotta do the right thing. No, do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
This is Gotta Do the Right Thing is a show that he created on Netflix. Do the Right Thing, which was my number one, but now I think this one is my number one.
I put it equal to Do the Right Thing.
Maybe it is equal too.
I like Inside Man too.
So the Malcolm idea that he is telling people to wake up. And I think that this film, more than anything else, is a call to action. It's a call so that people can see the realities that existed back then and how there's a parallel between the past and now, and how these situations haven't ended with white supremacy, police brutality, but also calling on this idea that existed back then and is still now present, that there needs to be a revolution, this black liberation, this black power, and how there is black beauty and identity, that your self-identity. And then there's this scene where you have a former Black Panther, I cannot pronounce his given name right now, but it was
Kamar Tor. But his real name is Stokely Carmichael.
But yeah.
But I think the name he wanted was Kamar Tor.
That speech was so powerful, and even that scene, he goes from a very common scene, typical scene where you see someone on the stage and then you start showing people's faces, but then he went into this more like artistic form of showing the people and showing them and their faces and their reality and their beauty within their faces. And I thought that was
scene was shot amazing. So well.
Yeah,
just showing the faces of each member,
and then
while he's talking about like you said, the black beauty, that I like that scene.
So
that speech was powerful. Corey Hawkins was the one. Yeah, he was really good. Just in that small role, he was really good. Lori Harrier was actually really good as well, as Patricia. But I just wish there was more of her character, more of her her story. Yeah,
because I felt like this movie was so male dominated. Of course it was, because all cops were practically
Yeah.
And then the KKK, and she was the only female really to really stand out. But even then,
yeah, because she had a female, she had a friend, and I want to know more about her too.
Yeah,
but we didn't really get
and
much.
learn more about the movement for the Black Student Union, which was very interesting,
especially through the Black woman's perspective, because they were probably the ones who were like up in there like the most. That's how it is most of the time, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it would have been cool to get more of her story because she was really good as well. Yeah, but it's a powerful film. You have to go see it. Yeah. The cinematography was really good too. I like how it showed Colorado and stuff. And
they show the period really well, the 70s, the late 70s.
Yeah, the costuming and stuff. And also the score was really well. I forgot the person's name who did the score. I'm so sorry. And
I don't know.
But like I said, some of the movie was a little slow. Some of the scenes were a little slow.
That didn't bother me at all.
But it didn't bother me. Yeah, that's what I was about to, it didn't bother me at all, actually. So that was interesting. And also, some of how he edited was like rapid too. Like you were like, huh.
I noticed that some of the scenes were very cut.
Like cut like that, and you were like, huh, that's interesting. But it wasn't like bad or anything in a sense. But it could have probably, I don't know, for me a little bit better in the sense. I don't know.
But it's totally worth the see. Like even in the end.
No, it still was a great film. I thought so.
Showing these dreadful images of the Charlottesville, Virginia protest, and
oh my God, that
you
ending.
Walk out of there crying. You walk out of there crying. And I don't know.
Because it's the anniversary of Charlottesville.
And it opened
this weekend. This weekend it is, and actually tomorrow in Washington D.C. those effing bastards are gonna have a damn rally again. Why? How are they not stopping that?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
They're doing that for the anniversary.
The FBI infiltrated the Black Panthers and the Young Lords, but you don't touch the KKK? Like, that don't make no sense to me.
They're called the white nationalists now.
I know. But it's just like, they should have infiltrated them back then. They wouldn't be existing right now.
Yeah, because in the movie you find out that, like, that's how he does it. He's like, Spike Lee shows in the end that, yeah, these people, the cops, that infiltrated Ron and Flip and everybody, they like, oh, they stopped a violent, like, things that were happening, that were about to happen, but they couldn't really end it, because the cops were like, whatever, because that's how they are. So it shows in the end, like, this was just gonna keep on going on, and it did, and it's still here. They're still here, and that's why he ends with the Charlottesville stuff, because it's the anniversary this weekend. And because it's relevant, basically, it's like, yeah, it's still happening, So, I don't know, what y'all need to do is get your asses to the movie to see this film. Yeah,
because it's so
it's important.
Powerful.
And the audience, wow. When Trump came on, they showed him in the scene that he used from the news in the end. People were just like cursing him out. Like, you heard the passion in one chick who cursed him out in the movie theater. Like, she sounded like she wanted to cry. It's a powerful film. Go see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn. I want to go see it again. That's how powerful it was. Because I want to go see it again. Because most of the time, I do not see movies like that again. I watch only movies again in a movie theater if it's like a superhero film. Because, there's just action movies.
Happy.
And they're happy. And it's just like, oh, let's see them beat up people again.
I don't know if I can go see it again because it was hard to watch.
Yeah, but it was funny too.
That was funny. But anyways, thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you for watching. She said listening.
And listening, because 2 sentences. Oh my gosh. So please go check this out. Also, Emmett Till film. Emmett Till?
Emmett Tilt.
Tilt. I know I was saying it wrong.
Tilt. Sorry.
Film is in the works. Taraji P. Henson has already been signed on. I don't know who else. Look out for that. Probably not coming out for another year or 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I don't know when it's
still, like, you gotta support these movies because of the message and the story. They're true stories. And with that being said, peace.
Peace.